Good afternoon, teacher and classmates. My name is Fernanda Hidalgo. I am a student in the University of UTPL in the career Pedagogy of Language. Okay. In this moment, I am going to talk about the climate change and global warming. Um, we are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last that can do something about it. For Barack Obama. Global warming is the increase in the planet's temperature caused by greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere, which is why it is considered the main cause of climate change. Many of the activities carried out by human beings are the biggest responsible for climate change. For example, the efficient combustion of fossil fuels such as gas, coal, the felling of trees, among others, only increase temperatures, which led to drastic changes that are taking place in the Earth's atmosphere. The problem is also the quantity of gases emitted at present, which has not stopped increasing since the beginning of the revolution. But there is also the increase in population because the greater the number of population and the greater the number of resources, thus raising greenhouse gas emission at all levels of production, which brings with the following point. The generation of these gases caused by the burning of fossil fuels used for transportation, heating, and the production of electrical energy. There is also the damage to ecosystem and deforestation, which are a serious problem. The situation damage forest since they are natural carbon deposits, all thanks to the photosynthesis carried out by plants and trees, absorbing carbon dioxide and returning oxygen to the planet. The destruction of aquatic ecosystems, the oceans absorb large amounts of heat from the atmosphere, and live forests are natural sinks for carbon and dioxide, absorbing about 50% of the carbon dioxide present. In other words, the oceans protect us from the worst effects of climate change. Now, I am going to talk about consequence. Okay, melting of the poles increase the sea level, which means the loss of some animals such as polar bears. Another consequence of it is that when there is this melting, it tends to cause the presence of meteorological phenomena such as cyclones, hurricanes, typhoons, and floods, which brings with it property damage and economic destabilization. To somewhat counteract what the planet is experiencing, we can contribute with some solutions. Okay, we contribute so that climate change has a great positive change. For example, in houses, when one is no longer using electronic device, we can turn them off, thus saving energy. Another solution will be transportation, and we can replace them by walking or using a bicycle, and that reduce greenhouse gas emissions. In food, we can eat more vegetables than meat, since the production of plant-based food requires less energy to produce them. Don't throw away food because they waste the resources and energy that were used to grow it, produce it, package it, and transport it. If it is about fruits or vegetables, we can use them as a fertilizer for plants. And as a last point, we can put into practice the 4R: reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. Okay, thank you, teacher and classmates.